It's Yvonne here to do What's Cracking reading. We're going to use the Light Seers Tarot for your reading today. Firstly, thank you for all your support, love, and beautiful comments you send my way. You know that I know many of your names now, and you hold a special place in my heart because you have been with me for such a long time. So I really appreciate your loyalty. For those of you who keep writing and asking about star signs, I do have another channel where I'm completely using for star signs. So if you want to go over there, it's Yvonne, the Aussie Goddess Astro Tarot. But if you're unsure, there's a box below, because people will write up, like I haven't seen the Virgo reading lately or haven't seen the Scorpio readings. They are all over on the other channel. I do try to do one every day, but and the What's Cracking reading, I wish I had more time to do the rest, but unfortunately some of my time is taken up in personal readings. So do try to sort of bear with me. If you haven't seen a Libra reading, you can go back and read the last one or the one before. I don't put time stamps on them because I believe that when you find the reading, it's the right time for you. And if you're finding the reading and listening and it feels like it's your reading, then it's your reading. You don't have to question that. You just trust that you found it in the right time. All right, let's go ahead and start this What's Cracking reading, and we'll see how we're going today. Well, there you go. See, first card out, Wish card, Nine of Cups coming through. So the Nine of Cups is a card that says that there is something that you've been wanting or wishing for on your path that's about to come to fruition. It is a wish card. Now, it's really, really funny because I cannot see any other alternatives with this card. And as I've said many times before, some of the tarots have a very specific message. Others can come in different shapes and sizes. But when I see the Nine of Cups, it's that card that says to me, something is about to happen for you that you wanted, and it's going to take place for you. So beautiful card to start your reading with. Let's find out. There is an offer coming through. It could be with the Page of Pentacles, an offer of a job. It can be an offer of a date. It can be the offer of anything when it's the Page of Pentacles. Sometimes I've seen it be the offer of a course, that you've wanted to do, university or whatever. But it's an offer coming through generally by message. So phone call, email. It may be that you've seen something on, a job site that you really want. And to me, this is sort of engaging you for the next step. All right, so behind that we have the Empress. So for some of you, this is a message or communication coming in from somebody who's very important to you. Now, the Emperor can be, again, someone who's offering you a job or an opportunity, absolutely. But it can also be, what I see as a divine masculine. So it could be somebody you've been waiting to hear from that, your heart is involved or it's romantic for you. Could also be an Aries. Behind that, we have the Queen of Pentacles. And I sort of, I always talk about the symbolism of decks, how important it is to look at the picture, because you often get more messages coming through rather than just interpreting. So through the many years I've done readings, I've learned that the basic information that the tarot was meant to portray is so important in a reading, but so are the other adaptations that you may feel. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is very often a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but I never take that completely on board, although if you are one of those, this reading could mean a lot more to you. But I also feel the Queen of Pentacles energy is one where we're often talking about someone who's in a relationship. We are definitely talking about someone who's very grounded, very, I want to say, natural in the way they do things. This isn't a person that, wants to do things with sort of splendor. This is a person who's very comfortable with her day-to-day life. So if this is you, I feel that somebody may be contacting you. And maybe you're in a really good place. Like the Queen of Pentacles to me is comfortable financially. She's comfortable in her skin. She's comfortable in her surroundings. So if this is you, somebody is about to message you here. Now we do have the Strength card coming through after that. This is the card of Leo, so you could be dealing with Leo. So we have a lot of fire in this reading. So the Strength card is beautiful because more than likely it's why you are in this sort of energy and why the person who's contacting you is in this sort of energy, because this to me is a card of healing your shadow. It's about being able to sort of step into your own skin. And I feel like the lion and the lamb on this particular one is really indicative of where you are, because to me you've balanced that, but you've found some sort of humbleness and gentleness within you that perhaps you've never experienced before. Now we can all have the talk about vulnerability because people think vulnerability is a very negative thing, but you see, vulnerability isn't negative, it's actually extremely positive. But we need to learn to have good boundaries with our vulnerability, and if we can manage that, then we can be vulnerable with people. But we're not talking vulnerable when you tell everybody your life story on the first date. That's not being vulnerable. That's being way too open without engaging an audience. So there is a balance here, but I see this balance in this person where that has been brought into balance. So we're talking about two people here who've done the work around their shadow. All right, and then we have the Nine of Wands. I'm just going to pull one more on the Star. So for me, the Star card is the other wish card in the deck. So in reality, you've got both the wish cards here, both of them coming through. The difference for me is the wish card is sort of like those wishes that you make, where this is part of your destiny. And maybe now, especially with this Strength card, you've managed to align, I would say, both. So what you've wished for is also on your path. The Nine of Wands in here, like the Nine of Wands denotes something going round in cycles. So for me, it probably means a cycle has come full circle, and that this is the time for things to sort of marry up and meet where they're meant to meet. So very, very nice energy coming through here. All right, so we have the Five of Cups here. So I'm going to pop that down for a moment. I want to have a look and see what comes out afterwards. We have the King of Cups coming through with the Four of Swords. You may be dealing with Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio here. And we have the Seven of Swords. So always with this energy, especially the Seven of Swords, there's that feeling of, can I trust what's happening here? Can I trust this reading? Can I trust what's happening with me? All of those sort of energies come through with that sort of energy. All right. So what I feel like here, especially with this King of Cups, that there's been some sadness from the past. So that Nine of Wands tells me, I feel that you've got somebody coming back that you've dealt with previously, because I see healing here. So very much on the track of like a twin flame energy. I feel like here that something left you quite sad. I do feel that you knew that this person had great affection for you, but maybe they never really expressed it. I feel, especially with this Four of Swords and the Seven of Swords, there's a real energy of wanting to sort of move away. So this person may have said too soon, not ready for a relationship, or they may have just ghosted you here. But I feel like this person sort of fell back here. But what I do feel here with this Five of Cups is they were dealing with something in their past that they hadn't got through. So it could be that they had a relationship that they were still trying to sort of finalize, or they were hurt and maybe it was too soon for them to move ahead. But the Five of Cups, because it's a past card, can often signify problems that have been, I must want to say, sort of there for a very long time, maybe childhood distress. All right, then we have the Five of Swords coming out. So somebody definitely walked away here. The High Priestess tells me here that you knew that they were coming back because you've got the Queen of Cups energy. So I have the King and Queen of Cups here, which is always a really good sign for a relationship. So feeling here that whoever left you behind has somehow realized that you were very well matched, but I feel like this person really felt that they needed to heal something deeper within them, maybe their shadow, maybe inner child work, could be anything like that. But there's a lot of healing in this reading and a lot of green. A lot of green turquoisey colours coming through here as well, which makes me feel very watery. So there was a lot of love in this sort of connection that just possibly didn't go anywhere. All right, so we have a brand new beginning. That's the pentacle that the Page of Pentacles was holding. We have the Devil card coming through, so we have Capricorn energy here. And we have the Six of Cups, which is very much the energy I was getting before with that Five of Cups energy. You know, the Five of Cups is about looking back at the past. The Ace of Cups is a brand new beginning. And when you get the Six through, for me, it's healing the past and taking a new beginning. So very often that sort of Six of Cups energy makes me feel that something is coming back together and ready to move forward. I do have the Devil energy here, but you know, the Devil energy, again, it's one of those cards that gets taken out of context, and it's like the Tower where people get really nervous when they see it. To me, the Devil energy is really about temptation. I guess at its very core, it is about, you know, getting an offer and not really being sure whether it's the right way to go. So the Devil is that card that, you know, if you take the offer, then you always run the risk of having too much of it or too little. So it sort of, to me, is the card that sort of sits on that sort of layer of temptation. It also talks about the ego. And because I've got the Six of Pentacles here, I feel that both people in this situation have done a lot of healing. I feel that there was a lot of childhood stuff here that affected the ego. And like I say, the ego is sort of taken out of context too, because there's a lot of stuff within our ego that isn't harmful to us at all. We need to have an ego. It is part of who we are. The parts of the ego that are not healthy for us, we do need to let go, but often they are part of that shadow self that we keep hidden because we don't want people to know who we truly are. So that's where the idea of a mask comes from. It's what have you got behind the mask, and that may not be bad. It may not be bad. It just means you're ashamed of something within yourself or ashamed of some component of yourself. And I feel that's what you're removing here with that Six of Cups. So both of you have learnt to take off your masks. Both of you have learnt to deal with those ego components that no longer serve you. But ultimately, you're stepping forth in your own truth here. So we have a wish coming true. There is an offer coming through, quite possibly from someone you see as your divine masculine. I feel that you're ready. You both have done the work here. That's quite clear. I feel this Nine of Pentacles means you may have gone round before. If for some of you this is a completely new relationship, then you've definitely got like what I see as a soulmate connection. You might find this person has you sort of obsessing too quickly in a relationship. So just to be aware that sometimes with that Devil energy, it can be that we're trying, you know, you have your first date and you're already trying to marry the person. All right, let's have a look. Actually, I think I want to read an energy oracle. Let's have a look at this. Oh, there it is. Action. All right, let's have a look and see what this card says about action. Oh, I didn't have a look at the number. 17. Oh, itchy nose. You've got spirit guides with you at the moment. Oh, very itchy. 17. This is energizing effort and willingness to work. And I would say that probably means on this situation where maybe you're putting in a different kind of effort to what you did before. This card tells you that now is the time for more aggressive forward movement. The galloping horses represent intentional and concerted action directed to your goals. I feel like here this is about putting action into something that you haven't been able to put action in before. So maybe the first time around it was very quick. Maybe it's sort of you decided that you had these feelings, but maybe things happened very, very quickly, as they often do. Once somebody sort of starts feeling those pangs of love, all sorts of issues start rushing in. If you start feeling strong feelings for someone, if you've got trust issues, bang, they're right there with you. Why? Because your fear of letting yourself go and be vulnerable is what causes those trust issues. Can I trust this person to look after my heart? But once you've done the work, you understand it's not about them taking care of you, but you taking care of yourself. So I feel that's why the action card has come through here. Alrighty, I will leave you with that. Thank you.